Oh, sir.
What is going on, man?
Oh, same old, same old.
Yeah?
Yeah, regular day. Rain finally decided to come down when I had to step outside.
Of course.
That's the way we do it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're going to be missing our special guest today.
Oh, yeah?
He's apparently working on a project, so we're thinking about you, John.
Hey, anytime, man. Come on down.
Whatever office you're in. But yeah, go ahead.
But now, we welcome everyone to another episode of The Commute.
Yeah, where I will be doing the driving.
And I'll be doing the writing. So, found something really cool today.
Oh.
I thought it was really cool.
All right.
Have you heard of the game Watch Dogs coming out?
Yes.
It's been coming out for 3 years now.
Yeah,
something like that. Well, in order to promote it, they got an ad campaign going, and the whole idea of the game is you have to track people down. You know, you have to try to kill people, find out stuff about them.
Oh, is that what it is?
Track them down, right? And you're I don't know if you're a group or a person or how it works, but it's really in depth. I saw a demo for it where you can pretty much find out anything about every person you see. It's a real in-depth game. And you find out about them, when the best time to kill them is. Oh,
it's kind of like, I never played it, but I think those Hitman games, I think those were
I never played that either.
Supposedly those are really good. Like,
I've heard
like they get better.
Them. Yeah.
You know? Or Assassin's Creed was kind of like that too, where you gotta stalk the guy and...
But that was like you stalk them. This is like you really find out information about them.
Well, this was the same thing too. To get like
Creed,
to get like the perfect assassination, you had to like... you know, find out what these people did and then like try to recreate that situation and then kill them in that situation.
So I didn't get too far in Assassin's Creed. It was too slow for me.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean...
But this game seemed cool. It seemed like it could be cool. I don't know if it would be too slow, but it's definitely in depth. So the ad campaign they go for it is to show you that it would be pretty easy to find out a lot of stuff about you. Pretty much off of your Facebook account. That, you know, Facebook knows more about you than you think. They really track you down. So their ad is you are not a person, you're a data cluster. And they came out with something called Digital Shadow. If you go to the website digitalshadow.com, you just allow them to access your Facebook account, and they try to show you everything they can about you. First shows pictures that you've been tagged in, then it examines your friends. It shows you which of your Facebook friends you interact with the most, which one's the least, which you don't interact with at all. It also tells you friends that are stalking you, that you haven't been stalking back. And really, they say stalking, it's have most interaction with you, but you don't care so much about them.
Yeah.
It breaks down when you are most active on Facebook and where in the world you're most likely to be found. It also provides potential salary base, along with your job title, and a breakdown of possible passwords that could be used to hack your account based on everything else about you.
It's kind of cool.
It creates a sort of character profile based on your activity, whether you're a hostile enemy or if you have a bleak outlook on life that could be manipulated for future gains. What's this? Stop.
Whole lane blocked off.
Don't they know we're doing a show?
It's fine. It's giving us a few extra minutes.
There you go. It says, well, undoubtedly a clever marketing ploy for a game that allows you to hack into anyone's life, Digital Shadow tool is fascinating for anyone posting information to Facebook. It may very well encourage users to take their online privacy settings a little more seriously.
Yeah
I take mine kind of seriously. Yeah, I'm not like super locked down about it, but I don't think I let anyone see it that I'm not a friend with.
Yeah.
And that alone right there, you're probably taking care of most of the problems. Dumb bitch. So I went on there and I did it for myself.
Nice.
I wanted to see, let's see if this thing really works.
Can you only do it for yourself?
You can only do it for yourself.
Okay.
There's a few things you can do with other people, but I believe you can only do it for yourself. Because it knows you. As soon as I went on, it was like, do we have permission to access? And even then, it brought up my Facebook icon, I guess because I'm logged onto that computer. Oh, what was that? Bottle. So I say, go ahead, do it. Within seconds, it comes up. It says, we know who you are with an 89.8% accuracy. It gave me an alias, which is a name I used to use on Facebook. Not a different name, but I guess a password or ID, whatever. It gave me my Facebook ID. Okay, not that hard to get if I'm giving you access to my accounts. So first thing it does, it shows me pictures I've been tagged in and the dates of those pictures.
Oh, that's cool.
It says then, we know who you care about. These people can be used as collateral damage. They can be used against me. So it shows me pictures of my wife, my sister, and Gabe. And I'm like, okay. So then it says, these are your stalkers. They monitor my activity. They can be mined for further info on me. So they can use them to
get closer to you.
Get closer to you. They could beat them up to get information on me. And on that they found someone who listens to our show every day, Linda. So she checks everything out on Facebook. So thank you, Linda. Thank you for being a stalker. I hope the shadow stalkers or whoever don't come after you. One of my cousins, 2 of my coworkers, and one of my friends. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Liabilities. People who constantly tag me. And this was my wife, another cousin, someone I couldn't identify. I had a picture of him, but I couldn't identify him, which I thought was weird. Another coworker, and again, Gabe. Then it shows me obsessions. These are people I do not reciprocate, or these are people who do not reciprocate any interaction with and can be potentially hostile. So these are people who it's saying that I will post or comment on their stuff, and they never post anything back. It can be tapped as allies against me. This was my sister, a friend, an ex-coworker, a college buddy, and your wife. She is someone, I guess, she doesn't care about me. But yeah, so they're going to pay her to be my enemy.
In her defense, she could be that for everyone on the internet because that's how she treats it. In order to do anything, like if we've ever gone onto a game like where we have to, be a part of like a bigger group to get anything accomplished, I have to sign her up for it. I have to post for her to make her seem like a real person. She
doesn't like the internet.
Yeah, she just doesn't.
She's more of a real data user than a person.
Yeah, she doesn't. So she's not a real liability. You can.
All right.
You could probably safely cross her.
Just say, don't make me always look around my back when she's around. Gave me a list of scapegoats. These are people we don't interact either way. We're friends on Facebook, and that's it. These are people I will sacrifice for self-preservation. And it gave me a list of 5 people. I'm not saying who they are because I'm gonna need to sacrifice you one day. Yeah. Then it went and told me that I was a very volatile person. It said I was unstable, an unstable temperament, and I threatened to react with violence when provoked.
And that's based on your post or something?
Yeah, I guess it's based on my post.
That's awesome.
Because the 5 most commonly used words that I use on Facebook, it even knew this. I mean, it goes through your whole thing. The one word I use the most is beat.
Beat?
Yeah, like B-E-A-T.
Yeah.
The other 4 are crush, fucking.
I knew that had to be on there. It had to be top 5.
I was surprised it was as low as 3. Hot and thankful. So at least I got thankful in there. I'm thinking crush would be like beat and crush. I think are sports things.
You beat them down.
Yeah, and of all the things, it gave me one of my posts I used the word beat in, and it was from New Year's, and I guess this was after everybody left because I said like beat New Year's ever. It should have been best. So I misspelled it and got my drunk texting. But it's still I have to use it other places because I post a lot of sports stuff on there.
Or I'm beat.
Yeah, it could be a number of things. Then it gave me my wife and her 5 most commonly used words.
Oh, nice.
The word she used the most was bar. She uses bar the most, and it showed me 2 posts of hers that she uses.
Bar.
Now, in her defense for that, she works at a bar. You know,
yeah.
But no, she's not like, go to the bar again. The other 4 were damn, miss, lonely, and wary. So very, I guess that's why she's at the bar a lot.
Yeah,
then it compared me with her on a chart.
Oh.
It compared how neurotic.
This is really friggin' detailed.
This isn't depth, man. This isn't depth. That's just really neat.
Just a 2-minute thing.
It said how neurotic we compared to each other, how neurotic we were, our depression, our deviance, how volatile we were, and how submissive we were. And it gave us a chart. But then I could select on her and compare myself with any of my Facebook friends. So this is where you can use anybody else.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't get all this information on other people, but I could go down and select someone different that I'm friends with and compare myself to them.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see, where did it go from there? Oh, then it gave me what I do and when. So it said it gave them the best opportunity. Now keep in mind, this is them trying to get a profile on me to put a hit on me.
Right.
The best opportunity for an attack on me due to constant connectivity or being busy the most is Tuesday morning between 7 and 8 a.m. Because I do the most online then, I guess, at least with Facebook. My average post is 7 words. It tells me, and it tells you every day of the week by hour when you do status updates, when you add links, when you add photos or videos, when you're playing with an app. It gives you all that by day and time. Then it even has like pie charts next to it, or these other graphs. It said, we know where to find you. What is the best place to find me at? It gave an address with the photo. And I'm guessing they're pretty accurate because, although I've never been to this place, the address and the picture they gave was right across the street from Sheridan's. So if someone wants to put a hit on me, just hang out by Sheridan's.
Yeah, that's not bad. You're bound to come out of there.
I'm bound to come there. How they did that was, they go and tell you, is that they triangulated my cell phone data. Now, I didn't do this from my phone.
Intersects the most.
But I guess Facebook being connected to your phone is constantly picking up where you're at.
Yeah, well,
even if you're not pinging.
Yeah, it's pinging Candy Crush constantly.
Right, it's pinging you.
You're getting Candy Crush coming in and out of that place, and that's where it's intersecting.
Candy Crush, Facebook, anything.
Any of those, whatever apps.
Because you think, even if someone tags you in a picture, it lets you know, hey, so it's always there. So there's a 75.5% probability that I will be showing up at Sheridan's, in the near future. And
that's good.
They're right.
It's kind of nice, you like change up your habits and stuff.
Yeah, let you know. Like, if you're really worried about someone putting a hit on you, pull this up. Yeah. And you're good. It told me I was giving away my position too much, so I guess maybe I should turn off my
your cell phone.
Not the tracking.
Oh.
You can tell that you may not know where I'm at. If you go into Google Maps, it says, is it okay if we find your location?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just for that one app, though.
That's one app. I imagine for your phone, there's got to be in your settings.
Change it across the board.
Turn it, don't let anyone know where I'm at. Yeah. It told me what my salary was. It gave a range. It was high.
Okay.
I wish that was my salary, but it was high. It gave me my age to the exact thing. I said I was 37.6 years old, which was right. That's easy on Facebook. My education level, which was correct. My residence, which was correct. It did not know my occupation. There's a slot for occupation. It said they couldn't figure out what I did for a living.
Not enough data.
It said I was a high value target. I was glad to know that. It said because I have a high probability of multiple financial accounts and access to cash and material possessions.
They say that about everybody.
Everybody. Because the cash is wrong. But I was thinking maybe because we have the rental house.
Right.
Something like that.
Multiple.
Then it said we know all your secrets, and it gave a list of about at least 20 passwords that could have been me. None of them were even close.
Okay.
They try to base it, I guess, off of who you're closest to and their names and some numbers. But it tried, and they were nowhere close for that.
Well, that's disappointing.
It placed my hit value So if you wish to kill me, you will get paid $89,389. I thought I was proud of that. I thought that was a good. And you just became rich. But it was pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely something. Awesome. I want to go on there and compare myself with other people. At least do that.
It's cool to like dick around with that.
But let me give that website one more time.
Shadow something.
Digital Shadow. DigitalShadow.com.
Because now I'm gonna have to go home and mess with that. I mean, that's awesome.
Comprehensive dossier. So yeah, let me know how you fare.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And for free, No,
yeah, it was. Yeah, dude, it took up about a half hour of my time just going through it and reading everything, and I was like, nah, they're going to be so wrong about a lot. But no, apparently, like I said, my stuff is relatively blocked. The thing is, you could block. No one can read anything about me. Full security. Mm-hmm. But if I'm telling them, yeah, you can access my account.
Yeah, they're going in.
Well, they're going to see everything.
Right.
But it was still neat to see the comparisons and everything that was going on.
That is really cool. So
check it out. We'll move on to this date in history, April 22nd. Today's the 22nd? I had no clue.
Yeah.
No clue. April 22nd, 1915. Germans introduced poison gas.
To their World War I weapon repertoire. They used it in the
second battle of whatever that is. Yeps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wind-blown chlorine gas.
Yeah, they set it up upwind for about like 4 miles of trench, and they just let the wind carry it.
Wow.
It said that they didn't even realize how devastating it was going to be.
Really?
That they didn't even really plan like the counterattack well enough, and the Allies just held their positions. They had time to reinforce.
So they didn't test it or anything?
I don't know that they did test. I'm sure they tested it before they set it out there, but they didn't expect it to be like, they expected still fighting.
Okay. And they just
and readiness, and it just wiped people out.
Like a bug zapper.
Yeah.
100,000 tons of gas was used.
Yeah, during that period of war.
500,000 troops injured, 30,000 died. Mm-hmm. Of them, 2,000 Americans.
Yep.
Wow. April 22nd, 2004. Pat Tillman killed by friendly fire in Afghanistan at the age of 27.
Kind of a big story at the time.
Yeah, especially at the time. I mean, there's a guy. They tried to make people heroes.
Yeah.
He could have made, I forget about how much they said, like $4 million a year or something like that. And
it was a $3 million deal with the Cardinals.
Okay, $3 million a year.
Yep.
And he left it to fight a friggin' war. Mm-hmm. That you knew you were going to see action in. It was fresh. Yeah. And killed by friendly fire, initially covered up.
Yeah, they lied to his parents, everybody, and made him out to be this, it was a big hero. Like, he died in this ambush, and they, posthumously promoted him to sergeant, corporal, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Gave him the Silver Star and all this stuff. And after the fact, I guess his parents talking to whomever, maybe people that were directly involved, they found out that it was friendly fire, and he was killed by other Rangers.
Wow.
He was leading this, group of insurgents helping our side, coming back to that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Platoon, and when they came over the hill, they just got caught in between. I guess there was a report that there was an attack in that area. These guys were responding to the area. They saw these guys coming down the hill. They had weapons.
Shot 'em. And just yesterday, a guy came out and said he believes he's the one that shot him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. I don't know. I imagine if you're freaking out like that, you don't really know.
No, I mean
that's got to be an intense and.
Right.
You're not looking too much in detail. Plus, everyone kind of looks the same.
Well, and think about the environment, too. I mean...
Right.
Huge rocky terrain, mountains, depending on where it is. I don't know. Because it's easily done, especially in that situation. I mean, communication is not you know, what it's made out to be. It's not as easy as it is, you know, here.
But if there's anyone that deserves a statue of them outside of a stadium, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And they do. They have a big statue of him outside of the Cardinal Stadium.
Yeah, that's cool.
Big bronze thing or whatever. So it's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
April 22nd, 1992. Gas leak in the sewers of Guadalajara, Mexico causes a series of explosions, damaging 1,000 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Yeah, me neither.
Killing 200 people. They're lucky it only killed 200 people.
Right, because apparently, like, for weeks ahead of time, people were reporting, like, you know, weird smells, feeling nauseous, all this stuff, and the government was just like, nah, whatever, we're not even doing anything.
Jesus.
So it built up and
Got here, you say that, and they shut down the whole square block, and
yeah,
you know, it just turns out they ate something bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it damaged 1,000 buildings.
Yeah. And, you know, all these people had to, after that, all these people had to leave, like, flee the area, basically, like, move until they could come in and repair all that garbage, all the sewers, and, you know, everything that was destroyed.
And let's, you did your gin research here?
A little bit. It's the one website I went to.
Preparation for our trek tomorrow to the Painted Stave.
Yeah, the gin thing got me interested to see, like, where it came from and all.
Well, let's check it out. First recorded production of gin is in Holland in the early 17th century.
There's a conflicting thing there where there's no definite, you know, thing that they can point to, but it could have been produced in Italy before that.
Sold in chemist shops as medicine and flavored with juniper berries.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I mean, even that's how they got away with whiskey and Prohibition in America.
Yeah.
Well, you can only get it if you had a prescription for it from the pharmacy.
From the dispensary.
Yeah, they're big collector's bottles. They say on them for medical use only or whatever. Yeah. Popularity of gin and its production came to England when soldiers returned with it from the 30 Years' War.
Yeah, they were given rations of it as that was Dutch courage, was gin.
It was like to keep them warm. It was.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It had like warming properties and, you know, everything else that went along with.
That's why I drank
liquor at the time. Yeah,
you're just cold. My body temperature dropping.
Yeah. You don't want to be caught in that.
William II created laws to promote
made it real easy to, like, produce, you know, spirits, but, you know, specifically gin and stuff, like, in your home. All you had to do was post 10 days ahead of time when you were going to start distilling, and then you could distill whatever you wanted. You just had to post it on your front door.
Right? That's awesome.
You could just kick it off.
He said, we want everyone to have it.
Right. So... But it became so popular, it brought, like, the price and everything way down. So it was like the liquor of, like, the poor people. And it became, like, a social problem because everybody was just drunk off their asses all the time. That they passed the Gin Act.
The Gin Act, 1736.
Yeah.
To try and stop the problem by taxing production.
Yeah, they made it, like, super expensive to get a license to distill and to, you know, get a license to buy it, and then each amount that you buy, they taxed it like I think it was £1 per gallon. And at the time, you could only, the smallest increment that you could buy like spirits in was 2-gallon increments.
Oh, Jesus. Lawmakers were shady back then too.
Yeah, so
it's only this much per gallon.
That caused, like, riots and everything.
Wow.
People freaked out about that.
Oh, think about it.
They wanted their gin,
take
man.
people's liquor away from them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But there's a lot more to it too. But that was the early stuff. I thought it was kind of interesting.
No, it is neat.
Yeah.
It's I wonder. I mean, some liquor probably goes so far back they don't really.
Yeah, it's hard to even trace, like, the the recipe, or, you know, all you can say is where it was first sold or where it was first talked about in a record. You know.
I mean, wine even they argue about back and forth. You know.
Yeah, who first started doing that?
You don't have to worry about it now if you have the Miracle Machine. little water in it. 3 days later, you got wine. But I do want us to try to make. All right, remember we were talking about that doing a show where we try to make a little bit of it?
Something?
Let's try it.
Well, let's talk to these guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get some.
Ask them how easy it is to do in the home.
Yeah. I suppose they're pretty easy.
Don't probably say, oh no, it's too tough. You got to come here and buy it. No. But I'm excited to try their gin.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not huge on gin, but I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I just tried it straight. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Plus, whatever you tried, you don't know how that was flavored.
Right.
You don't know if it was flavored.
True.
Or how it was produced, how it was distilled. There's so many different processes. I mean, you try like one like vodka from one to the next, it doesn't taste the same. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't really like Sky vodka, but I like 3 Olives.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know the difference between gin and dry gin?
I do not. I didn't look that up.
I have no clue. I just know there's 2 different kinds. So I just thought of a question to ask the Painted Stain tomorrow.
There you go. I'm sure he knows.
I'm sure he does.
I know.
So family had a scare the other day. A 43-year-old woman was at the Longleaf Safari Park in Wiltshire, England. And this is one of those parks you can drive through.
Monkeys.
No monkeys.
Damn it.
No monkeys involved. They wanted to stay away from monkeys today. But she was in the area where the lions were.
Okay.
And she's driving through. She's got her 2 kids in the car, a 9-year-old and 12-year-old. And all of a sudden, they're stopping, looking around. Her car catches fire. Just the engine is like, she saw smoke. I thought, oh, gee, the car's steaming. They said, that's not steam, that's smoke.
Let's drive ahead.
And then just flames just started shooting out of the car. So her kids run out of the car. And they said the lions were about 100 yards away from them, which isn't... Which isn't...
We almost had action on the Commute.
We almost had great action. Camera tilt. which would suck in general, and then they don't even...
No, nothing.
The footage would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would suck to be in an accident, but the footage would be amazing. And if it happens from behind, we got everything, We're good officers, look at this.
Yeah.
So anyway, the lions were 100 yards away, which isn't much for a lion. They can run pretty goddamn fast.
Yeah.
So, but rangers, they have people watching at all times, everything going on in the park, and they saw this, and they started yelling at them to get back in the car. So now you have the choice. Do you stand outside and hope the lions don't eat you?
By lions,
or you get into a car that, I saw a picture of the car. The car was flaming. The whole front of it was flames. And, is it going to blow up? Where do you take your chances? So they get back in the car. And they said shortly after, rangers came up and drove alongside them and hurried them in their car. But can you imagine, making that decision?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, chances are your car's not going to explode, though. That's a greatly Hollywoodized thing. That's...
Cars really only explode if they're upside down. If your car's upside down and on fire...
Then you got a problem.
Then it'll explode on you. But other than that,
It's not... You don't shoot the gas tank like in Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
It blows up. But, man, that's... Yeah. I don't know if I would get back in the car.
I would stand alongside the car and wait and see if I saw the lions charging.
Mm-hmm.
Then if they did, I'd get back in the car. Burn, lion, burn.
Well, they're probably going to hang back, too, because of the fire.
True.
A lion's not going to run at
fire.
Fire.
And we were talking about yesterday heading up to New York City. You were talking about all the tolls. They're expensive. There was a taxi driver that found a way around them for about 2 years. He would go to these, the automated tolls. You just put your money into them. And he would tailgate the person in front of him. And he would scutter by it before the top would go down. Yeah. In the 2 years, he saved over $28,000 in tolls. $28,000, and the only reason he got caught was one of the people that works for the, highway patrol, or whatever the hell they call them, the toll people. Saw it going on, and the guy had an expired Easy Pass in his window still, but he figured he didn't need the Easy Pass anymore because he was doing this. So he went to run the Easy Pass, and it was reported lost 2 years ago, and they looked him up, and then all they had to do was find out. They tracked him down, found out he was a taxi driver, contacted the company, and they said, yeah, he does drive, whatever. And they know where he goes. You always got to report where you're going to.
Yeah.
There's taxis anymore. He's facing 7 years in jail for that.
7 years in jail for
you're probably stealing
avoiding
from,
a toll?
You're stealing from government. Yeah, stealing from the great city of New York. I think they should just make them pay it back.
Yeah, I don't
with fines and penalties added to it.
Yeah, I mean, just take it. They take money away from like deadbeat fathers that don't pay their kids. How are you gonna ever get your money back if he's sitting in jail?
Right, exactly.
That doesn't
make them work at all for community service. Whatever.
They've got a round number they can attach to it.
Yeah, they had an exact number.
Yeah, so
they went back through, and I guess it was like 28,000 so and so and so and so.
Oh well, yeah. So what the hell sense does that make? Putting him in jail?
Exactly. And another person that I thought should be in jail that isn't. Did you see that teenager that stowed away in the plane?
Yeah.
That nut job.
From fucking California to Hawaii.
From San Jose to Hawaii. 17-year-old kid.
5 hours or something?
5.5 hours. He's homeless, and he was just looking to get away. He didn't know where the plane was going, or he just knew there's a plane. Gets up in the wheel well, goes for the flight. 5.5 hours. Now the plane, 38,000 miles in the air.
And he, most of the trip, he, spent unconscious.
He was unconscious, no air. The temperature for most of the time was negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And they said what they think happened was he slowly went unconscious as they took off due to the no oxygen. And it got cold so fast that it pretty much froze him. He was, what they call suspended animation.
Yeah.
Right. And people are saying, no, that can't happen, so forth. But they've had records of it, people stuck in mountains for, this one guy was stuck in the mountains of China for 24 days.
Yeah.
And they said your body slows down so much that if an organism suspends the biological processes, it can't do anything wrong. So, unless, they said your biggest issue is if you go brain dead. Yeah. But other than that, your organs shut down. They're, as long as they can come back, you can go so long. But they said all that happened was they looked out when the plane landed, and there was this disoriented person on the runway.
Yeah, staggering around.
Yeah, and they were like, what the hell? And they went up, and I guess he told them what he did. And he doesn't remember anything. But they said that by now, if there were any heart problems or brain problems, they would have happened. Right. And they said he's fine. So now they're looking into, this kind of brings back up, freezing yourself before you die to, wait till whatever you're waiting for and bring you back. This obviously happened with this kid, granted for only 5.5 hours. Yeah. But it's got people talking about it again. But no charges pressed against him at all. Now, as nutty as they are about planes and what you can bring on a plane and people getting on planes and you gotta go through all the security. This kid just goes on the runway, gets up in a wheel well. He could have been strapped with bombs. That's all you gotta do now if you want to blow up a plane. Strap yourself with bombs and get in the wheel well. It's real easy to just walk out on the runway and get in there.
Yeah, but there was some hole or something in security though. There was some something about that story. I don't know.
I didn't read anything. I didn't see anything about the security. But man, this kid's got it made. No charges dropped, and he's still in the same country, so they're not going to extradite him. He's in Hawaii. Now he's homeless in Hawaii. Well, fucking awesome, man. You live on the fucking beach. Yeah. Go fishing for your food. Man, that's the life I need.
Homeless in Hawaii.
Homeless in Hawaii. Sounds like a good show.
Yeah.
Today, Homeless in Hawaii.
It'll be on the Learning Channel soon.
What people do for their food. I knew a guy that was homeless for a while, and he said he pretty much never ate better in his life.
Just going around to
shelters. He was at the boardwalk in Jersey. Nah, you go dumpster diving.
Oh, okay.
He said at the end of the day, your bagel shops and your Dunkin' Donuts, they just put everything in a bag and throw it in the dumpster. You can go in the dumpster and take it out.
Yeah.
He said he ate real good. He just slept under the boardwalk, hanging on the beach all day.
Huh.
That was his life.
Yeah, there's worse things.
Had plenty of drugs. I don't know what he did for the drugs because he didn't have a job.
Yeah.
You know, you're not paying with drugs with donuts.
Yeah, you're not.
I got a bag of donuts.
You're not selling bagels. 2-day-old bagels.
Then I saw another headline. Why babies need to be adorable. I didn't even read it. They know they gotta be adorable. Because you'd fucking kill them if they weren't. You know? And they came out bitching at you like a teenage girl. What the fuck is this? No one would want a kid.
Right.
You know, they came out, I hate you.
You wouldn't even have to enforce the child policy at all.
No.
It would be self-imposed.
It would be horrible. And they came out crying and crapping everywhere, and it was just, they looked like a monster again. Who wants a money with a cute little baby? That's when, you know, people see babies. Oh, the baby, we gotta have a baby. Even if it was like, if they screaming and crying and it just looked like a worm.
Yeah, but then our standard of cute would be different than it is.
True.
It wouldn't be big old Disney eyes and
True.
You know, everything else.
That would then be cute because they would probably look like us anyway then.
Yeah.
But unless you start out like a mole and you turn into a person.
Yeah, but you know, people would treat like those
true.
like monstrous like star-faced moles and shit.
Yes.
They would treat those like that'd be a star creature people to have as pets and shit.
As pets, we'd be having kids to have as pets?
No.
Oh, if they look like the moles,
yeah,
we would have moles as pets.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Baby monkeys are cute. Not even a baby monkey.
No.
Oh.
No.
Tonight, there's a meteor shower. And
The Leonids, right?
Yep, it's cloudy.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
just saying, anytime there's something cool to fucking see outside, it's
Cloudy as hell. Thunderstorms roll in.
Yes, the Lyrids occur every year. They have been recording them since 687 BC. That's pretty wild, man. They said you'll be able to see about 20 meteors an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to start around midnight and go until dawn, but you'll be able to see them for the next couple nights. It's going to go until the 25th.
Okay.
So we have a couple nights to try to catch it.
Yeah, maybe one clear night this week.
They said they'll be traveling at 110,000 miles an hour. They said, I think it was, I forget the number, so many times faster than a rifle bullet coming out of a gun. But of course, you know, like I said, it'll probably be cloudy the next 3 nights. Yeah,
that's how it works around here.
Yeah, the last meteor shower will go by and clear all the clouds. And that'll be that.
Worst place to have an observatory ever.
Did you know there's an observatory at the park there that you can go to?
Yeah.
Like the first Friday of every month? We gotta do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because we went down there for that
That's right,
thing.
yeah. And they said, what were they saying about it? It's the second largest telescope in Delaware?
Yeah, I mean, the first one's up at Mount Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been up there? That one's awesome, too.
Yeah. Do a show.
Yeah, that place is great.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
They've got this whole thing that shows like, or they did when I was a kid. They had this whole thing that showed like how big the sun is going to get eventually when it reaches its peak of size and fusion before it collapses, and it'll be out like to, I think it was out past Mars.
Wow.
Size-wise, so eventually it'll engulf the Earth and everything here.
So we'll burn up before it burns out.
Oh yeah. And any life that's here will die long before that anyway, because it growing in size, getting closer, will kill anything.
That'll scare the shit out of you?
Oh yeah, as a kid, I
remember hearing shit like that. When I heard that one day the sun will poof out, and they're like, we don't really know when.
Right.
It probably won't be your lifetime though.
Yeah.
Whoa. Probably.
How
much do we really know? That scared the fuck out of me, man.
Anytime the sun.
No sun in the sky, and then I would like try to watch special. And there was a special on about how life would be if the sun blanked out.
Yeah.
There was a chance of survival for some people, and I was like, there's a chance.
It could be me.
Yeah, like they went over like how certain people would survive in what parts of the world. And it all depends when it happened and all kinds of stuff. But
Would they base that on like core temperature or something like that?
I guess. I just remember hearing some people will live.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will die pretty much right away. Mm-hmm. A lot of volcanic ash and shit like that will happen. It's going to set the earth goofy, and volcanoes will go off, and ash will cover the lands. A lot of people, though, will live for a couple months and then they'll die. But there's a good chance that enough people will survive to where you could eventually get population going again. Again, what they're basing it on, I don't know.
Yeah, that's relying on a lot of very delicate things, especially in that type
a lot
of situation.
Shit happening.
Yeah, they were saying there's a ton of, whenever galaxies collide or anything like that creates like the rogue planets that are away from their sun, and there's a lot of planets like that out there,
just sitting there frozen,
cooling out,
chilling,
maxing, relaxing.
Yeah, it does scare me. Like I don't like even now, like I don't want to tell my kid that can happen.
Oh yeah,
because it's just I remember the fear in my head. Again, the sun's gonna disappear one day. You're gonna die. Do you see it? Is it there? I don't see the sun.
Could be gone. Always check, but don't look at it.
What is the name of this town? I can't pronounce it. Gaziantep, Turkey, is creating their first eco-town, their first eco-city.
Eco-town.
It's going to be 7,900 acres. It'll hold about 200,000 people. And what they're trying to get done now is the okay to create their heat. They are near some other town that's the second or third largest producer of pistachios. And they want to use pistachio shells to burn to create heat for the city. And they'll all have their own heat. They produce thousands of tons of pistachios a year.
Yeah, man, gotta have the baklava.
So they said that if it's approved, they're going to approve or disapprove it in the coming weeks. And they said they'll be able to have it done in a year. So that'd be pretty neat.
That would be cool.
Create your own heat. Got free heat.
Yeah.
Eco everything.
Yeah, that's on my list of places to go, man. Turkey? Constantinople.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be cool.
It's right at that really cool, like, mix of, like, cultures right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
I'll go with you.
Seems like a great place. Yeah, there was a guy that was in my culinary class. He was from there. Came here, and his brother still lives there. They live in this town, like, right on the coast of the Mediterranean. So, like, cruise ships from, Britain and Spain and everything, that's where they would come in and dock, and it was this big tourist town.
Spent some time there.
But yeah, like, their main attraction was Mary's house was there, and they had this whole setup of where Mary's house was.
You out inside of it?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I mean,
good times. Find your stash.
Whatever they've got. Yeah,
well, you can feel safe now. At least if you live in, didn't say the town, but there's a town in PA. You feel very safe living there now because the KKK is forming a neighborhood watch group.
Oh, okay.
It's they said there's been a number of break-ins in the town lately, and they wanted to get together and stop that. So they have a neighborhood watch. They have posters up all over the place saying, "You can sleep tonight, knowing the Klan is awake." Would you be able to sleep knowing they're marching around in the middle of the goddamn night?
Right.
They said they're not going to target anyone.
No.
They're going to be fair, and if they see any trouble, they're going to notify police. Those are the good guys.
Right.
They are the good guys. They said, don't get us wrong. We do believe races should be separate, but we don't want to hurt anybody.
Right. We just want to occasionally put crosses on your lawn.
And burn it. And if you yell at us, we'll hang you. But
besides that,
we're good people. We're just trying to preserve our race.
This is the new Klan.
The good people. Neighborhood watch.
Oh God! Get a new fucking hobby, man.
There's got to be other things to spend your time to do.
Build fucking model ships or something. Fucking anything else besides fucking hating people. Stay in your fucking homes.
And you can hate from home.
Yeah. Be mad. Be mad that the pieces are so small on that model. Be mad that you ran out of glue. You got to go back to the fucking store.
You like being mad? You can put on Facebook about the fucking store.
These containers don't hold enough glue. The government should allow glue manufacturers to have more glue in their containers. Signed, angry.
Yeah, they're people that want you to know that they're angry, and that's why they do what they did. But you figure they were created before social media. But now they can do that. Just hate from afar.
There's an open forum for it.
Hate from the internet.
I guess until they start blocking that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's so PC now. I mean, you don't want people to be racist bastards, but you also want to be able to say stuff and not have to worry about people
you don't want to have the government watching everything you write and going to jail for it.
Yeah, that's equally bad.
Plus, when you're typing something, you don't know how people are taking it. It can be read 500 different ways, you know?
There aren't enough emoticon things to put at the end of it.
LOL. I hate black people. LOL. No. I put an LOL behind.
Yeah, that changes everything.
We are
Look at the little emoticon thing.
Little wink.
These are the new. People are ridiculous, man.
So
So then neighborhood watch, huh?
Sleep safe.
Yeah.
What's we got going on here? Joey Polk, 29-year-old from Florida, was doing some surf fishing, and he caught himself an 11-foot, 805-pound mako shark from land.
Man,
can you imagine pulling that thing up on land?
He pulled that up on the land?
Well, him and his buddies helped him. There was a video of it.
Yeah.
But he fought with it for an hour. The fact that he was even able to catch it from land.
Yeah.
And it was that freaking
and not
close.
be dragged the hell out.
Yep. He says he loves fishing. He just does it for the sport, not the food. Mm-hmm. But he usually catches and releases anything. But from the fight, the shark was just spent.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much dead. They even tried to revive it to put it back out to sea.
Oh, and it's just nothing.
They weren't able to. So he takes it home and feeds his community of 250 people with it. This thing's fed 250 people. And the best thing, I'm going to put this on our page probably tomorrow, was there's a picture of him. Like, he didn't want to make a big thing about it. He didn't care. He was almost it almost seemed like he was upset that he had to keep the shark.
Yeah.
You know, but he's going to make food out of it because he can. This thing is in the back of his pickup truck. And the only reason this story broke was someone took a picture of it and put it out there. And it's him at a gas station pumping his truck with gas, and just this big fucking 11-foot shark in the back tied down. Almost like a hunter, you know, you see a deer tied to the car, but it was this 800-pound shark tied to it. It was a good picture, but
that's awesome.
No, it was pretty cool. In 2010, he set a record, and this was a record for catching a shark from land. He set a record for catching a tiger shark. He caught a 949-pound tiger shark.
Man.
From land. That one he did let go, though. So I guess they weigh it.
Yeah.
All right, off with
toss it.
See ya.
Throw that hook thing and throw it back. Yeah, man.
Oh, dude.
That's the dude you want on, like, if you're in one of those fishing competitions.
Yeah, because he obviously knows what he's doing. He's catching 1,000-pound fish.
Yeah. You just catch one of those and then you go home. Just bring him.
I'm done. I'll see y'all in a month when your contest ends. But now, dude, I'm dying to go, like, deep sea fishing. But I want to do it in Florida. I want to catch swordfish. Mm-hmm. You know?
What? You can go here and catch swordfish, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the water not warm enough here? I thought it was.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I've never been either. I've never been deep sea fishing.
I've been deep sea fishing.
No, never been.
But again, this is why you want to go. At least go in the summertime here. Like, we went and it rained and the water got really rough.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like you just get tired of it. Go to Florida, enjoy the sun, some water. I'm the type, I go fishing, I don't even care if I catch anything. Mm-hmm. You know, I just want to be out there.
Yeah, it's just something to
doing
do.
It. I used to keep them, now I release them just because I gotta clean them and shit.
Yeah.
But if I catch an 800-pound shark, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping that. I'm gonna feed my community.
Yeah.
Bring it to Sheridan's since I'm there 77.5% of the time anyway. But yeah, we'll have to set out for that one day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, you can get these charters, take us out from the beach.
Hey.
Bring the cameras. So we can record ourselves puking all over the place from the rough water.
I didn't think I'd have a problem with seasickness, but pass the rum.
A lot of things coming out of Pennsylvania today.
Right.
Pennsylvania patient.
That's good. We're giving China a break.
Yeah, we're giving the Asians a rest today. Nothing bad from Asia. Pennsylvania patient was arrested for selling heroin from her hospital room. Not just a regular hospital room. She was in ICU.
What?
And she was selling heroin. She was caught with, and I don't know what this means, 350 stamp bags. I guess it's just those little pouches.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
Well, maybe it's those little bags that are like the size of a stamp.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
I don't know what a stamp bag other would be than that.
Yeah. This was in Excella Health Westmoreland Hospital. She was in the ICU. She was, I guess the security's not too tight, or the nurse is that good. She was even injecting heroin into her IV that they had hooked up to her. And don't you think some bells and whistles would be going off, like your blood pressure dropped or raises, or
you would come in to, change the fluid bag and it'd be all track marked.
A hypodermic needle hanging out of the bag. Right. You're all, But the reason they caught her, that's not even how they caught her. The reason they caught her was they noticed she was getting a lot of visitors, and it wasn't like they would come and stay for an hour. And okay, see, they would go in, 2 minutes later leave. Another group of people come, 2 minutes leave. It's just had a ridiculous amount of foot traffic in and out of her room. So they called.
Was she stealing it from there, or I don't understand.
Heroin? I don't think they have heroin. I bet someone. She probably, I gotta sell my heroin. She probably had someone bring it into her, and then she was selling it to them from there. She probably doesn't trust anyone else to sell it for her. So she was like, I'm still going to sell it. My number one guy. Bring me all my stamp packets. And so they called, security, and they looked on the tape, and there was a constant parade of people in and out. They found 2 syringes in her room, several cell phones, and $1,420 in cash. You never know when you're going to hit the vending machine.
Right. Yeah. A couple Twinkies. Whatever they make instead of that now.
Twinkies are back?
Yeah, somebody else bought them, right?
Someone else bought them.
Company or something.
And they're back, but people are pissed off because the Twinkies are tinier now.
They're smaller?
They're smaller.
20% smaller Twinkies.
And I mean, really, Twinkies were kind of small, I thought, to begin with. You're going to make them, they're just kind of like hors d'oeuvres now.
Yeah. Like cocktail.
Fast, I'm sticking friggin' toothpicks on top of them and making a plate of them. Ah, yes. I'll have my Twinkie now.
I can't even think of the last time I had a Twinkie.
No, I don't know the last time. Because this is why I stopped eating them. Because, one, they were so high in calories, and it was just like eating air. I mean, they didn't fill you up. You would eat one, and like, okay, well, that did nothing for me. It was delicious, but it did nothing for me.
I don't know. I just never. I don't think I like those as much as like the other tasty cakes things. Yeah, like the
cupcakes, the icing on top,
and it's got the icing.
Oh,
the
crimpets. The jelly crimpets? I like the jelly crimpets.
Oh,
what? Oh, no. The jelly crimpets.
Oh, God.
They're
no.
the best.
No, it had to be the butterscotch crimpets.
I mean, they're delicious, too.
Yeah.
But I'll take my pick, man.
No.
You got to rub them on the table so the icing doesn't stick to the wrapper.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's fine. I didn't mind that, but the jelly things, oh, my God.
You gotta try them again. I think,
no.
Your taste buds change every 7 years. Did you know that?
No, I can picture
every 7 years, your taste buds change.
I'm all a fan of tasting things, but not that. It's a commercial product. I'll taste. If my taste bud was tasting something different, it would be a real meal cooked by somebody years ago that I didn't like, that I would try now. I'm not gonna try a commercial product again.
Yeah,
my taste bud's not gonna change enough to warrant a jelly crimpet.
Man, jelly crimpets love everybody.
Oh, jeez, I'm having flashbacks to jelly crimpets now.
All right, we'll end the show before you vomit then.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for today. Check out our website, twocommute.com, TWOcommute.com. Check out our Facebook page, The Commute. Check out our YouTube channel, The Commute Podcast. Please subscribe. You can send us an email at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net or follow us on Twitter @driverpassenger. Hope to see you soon.